Hi there. In this video, we're just going to talk about a few word problems using linear inequalities. We're on page 61 of your Algebra 1 notebook. We're going to be doing number 5 on page 61 and number 8 on page 63. So looking at this, Jackson can buy no more than $24. Jackson can spend no more than. So if you can spend no more than, that is a maximum amount. So he has to spend less than or equal to $24. And he's going to buy pecans and cashews. He's going to pay $6 per pound for pecans. Let's call pecans X. And $8 per pound for cashews. We'll call cashews Y. So together, he's going to buy pecans plus cashews, Y, and that has to be less than or equal to $24. Now, each pound of pecans is $6. So $6 times the number of pounds of pecans, plus $8 times the number of pounds he buys for cashews must be less than or equal to 24. So there is my linear inequality to model this situation. 6x plus 8y must be less than or equal to 24. When I'm labeling my graph, I do want to keep in mind that x is pecans. And it's in pounds. So how many pounds of pecans? And y is cashews. And it's how many pounds of cashews he will buy. So now I'm going to get some numbers in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've labeled and I've got to think to myself, how can I graph it? Well, this is in standard form. So let's find your x and y intercept. Okay, I'm going to find that down here. My y-intercept is the value of y when x equals 0. So if x equals 0, 6 times 0 is 0. I end up with 8y is less than or equal to 24. It doesn't matter what symbol I use, really. I'm going to divide by 8, and y is going to equal 3. So you can see I went back and forth with the symbols because really I'm finding a point, and my point is at 0, 3. So for my y-intercept, I'm at 0, 3. For my x-intercept, or the value of x when y equals 0, if y equals 0, 8 times 0 is 0. And I end up with 6x equals 24, divide by 6, and x equals 4. So you have another point at 4, 0, right here. So I'm going to draw my line because it's less than or equal to, it's a solid line. Now I'm still going to use my test point of 0, 0. But before I even do that, I want you to logically think. If he's spending at the most $24, do you think options above this line are going to work? Just kind of ponder that. And let's go see if your pondering or your thought process about that is true or not. My test point is 0, 0. I have 6 times 0, which is 0, plus 8 times 0, which is 0. Is 0 less than or equal to 24? It's true. So if you thought to yourself, there's no way I'm going to be shading above, you're right. All the possible pounds of pecans and cashews are under the line. But if I want two possible solutions, I've got two right here, right? I've got my x and y intercept. So if I'm looking at cashews and pecans, he can buy 3 pounds of cashews and 0 pounds of pecans, or 0 pounds of cashews and 4 pounds of pecans. I'm going to just quickly take a look at this next problem. Again, it's on page 63. It's another word problem. And now I have Frank working at a convenience store. He earns $7.50 per hour when he works during the day. And I can see that day is on my x-axis. I'm just looking at these different graphs, right? This is a situation where I have a graph. Then he earns $12.50 when working during the night. And I can see the night is my y-axis. He wants to earn at least $300 per week. If I want $300 per week, do you think I'm going to be bothered if I make more? Nope. So this is a minimum. So that means he wants the amount he makes to be greater than or equal to $300. Greater than or equal to. So he earns $7.50 for the number of hours during the day. So 750x $12.50 per hour per night. So $12.50 y. Now I've got my inequality. Let's take a look and find the x and y intercept. That's going to help me find my graph. So my y-intercept is the value of y when x equals 0. If x equals 0, 7.5 times 0 is 0, so I have 12.50 y is greater than or equal to 300. I'll get my calculator. I'm going to do 300 divided by 1250, and I get 24. Okay, so divided by 12.5, divided by 12.5, and y equals 24. So I should have a graph with a point at 0, 24. That's a graph with 0, 40. It's not going to be B, and it's not going to be D. So I've already marked off 2 of my graphs just by finding the y-intercept. And I'm not going to find the x-intercept because I know it must be 40 based on these 2 graphs. So all I need to know is the shading going to be here, or is the shading going to be there? And for that, I'll use a test point. And I'm going to use 0, 0 as always. 7.5 times 0, 0, plus 12.5 times 0, 0. Is 0 greater than or equal to 300? False. You've got a shade up here. C is your answer. And that's all for this video. Hope it was helpful. Bye.